Hello. Quick news flash after some interesting statistics have been published today. Is the Spanish rental market, the long-term rental market, in a crisis? Homes to rent in Spain are in increasingly short supply for long-term rentals. Homes for long-term let in Spain are in increasingly short supply according to the latest property data. Many listing portals across Spain are showing a decrease of available long-term rental properties of around 40% in the last quarter alone. In the Granada area in particular, there has been a decline of around 65% of available properties to let on a long-term basis year on year. There have been similar drops in many areas, including Seville and Malaga, which are also showing around a 50% fewer properties available for long-term let year on year. There are some areas that have bucked the trend, but even the best areas are still showing a decline of around 10% year on year. Overall, this is putting a big upward pressure on rental prices as there are less stock, and the laws of supply and demand dictate that with more demand for properties for long-term let and almost 50% across the board less properties, this is putting a huge upward pressure on rental prices. I've spoken to a number of landlords in the last couple of days regarding this, and the general feedback seems to be that the rental price cap that was put in place a couple of months ago, but looks set to be in place for the long term, has led to many landlords wishing to exit the long-term rental market. This, coupled with concerns over occupiers or unauthorised occupiers of properties, particularly in major cities, but also this is spreading into rural areas, is seeing many landlords wishing to exit the long-term rental market. Many landlords are choosing to switch into the holiday let market due to the fact that with the cost of living increase and the cost of pretty much everything at the moment increasing, they're finding that the returns that they can get from long-term rentals are not matching those from holiday lets. This in turn means that they are not covering the costs of owning and maintaining the property in order to provide a good service to long-term rentals. With a reduced risk in legislation from holiday lets, landlords are able to get a better return and have less risk for their asset in holiday lets. Hence why we're seeing a large switch into this market. Is there anything that can be done to stop this trend? Well, with the switch to holiday lets and the additional security that it provides for landlords, in addition to the returns that are being available, I don't see this changing in the near future. This in turn will have a continued upward pressure on rental prices as the demand continues to decline. In fact, if this continues, I do envisage there's going to be a very big rental crisis in Spain in the very, very near future. I think we're already seeing the effects of that now. In the local area, in Lanjarón, Orcova and La Coruña Valley, we're seeing this trend continue, and in fact, as I speak today, we don't have any rental properties available to let. I've spoken to a number of landlords who we manage the properties for that are rented, and a number of those have said that they are looking to exit the long-term rental market, either to sell the properties or to switch into the holiday rental market. This is going to have a continued effect on available rental stock and in turn on the prices that people will need to pay to be able to rent something long term, as there is still a huge demand for long-term rental in the area. What does this mean for the local property market? Well, as I've said, this will mean a continued rise in rental prices as there is huge demand for long-term rentals at the moment. Potentially with the new digital nomad visa that is being anticipated to come into force in the next year or so in Spain, this could see a large influx of people who are looking for long-term rentals, but with a decreased supply of available properties, again continued upward pressure on rental prices. That combined with the cost of living is clearly going to have an impact on those looking for long-term rental. What's the future for this? Well, with continued price caps on rental prices, it's only going to see more landlords exit the market. The conversations I'm having with landlords at the moment seems that many of them are going to look to exit the market as soon as possible or switch into a holiday let situation. I don't think personally this is going to be a good thing in the long term for the rental market and for anybody looking to rent in the longer term. But please let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think the rent price caps will actually have the desired effect, or is this an unintended consequence and in fact is going to reduce the supply of properties in the market in turn increasing the rental prices, which I think is going to have a detrimental effect overall for tenants. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Bye for now.